Over the last several years, I've done over 1,000 videos in the Web3 crypto space with heavy focus on XRP and XLM. In today's video, I'm going to give you my top 3 mistakes that XLM and XRP holders make. Let's learn, everyone. Now, these are my top 3 mistakes that I have seen for a broader look across the market. But after you watch this video, comment down below. Let me know what mistakes you've made of any of these and which ones I've left out. But the first one is to assume that things always go up. Yes, red candlesticks are not such a bad thing, everyone. I've got the 100-year historical chart for the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and you could see many situations here of market corrections. But overall, the trend is up. And so what happens is a lot of time when these down points right here happen, they scare people out, right? Like when you've seen the crash of the 80s, when we saw the crash of 29, think about it. Think of the fear in the streets that happened in 1929 when the crash happened. Did anyone at that time think that the stocks were ever to come back? No, they didn't, because there were a lot of people out there that actually took their own lives because they thought, hey, it is over, it is done. But if you look at the trend, the stock market has gone up over time. What else do I want to show you here? What about home prices? Now, homes, I get it, a little less volatile, right? But they also have problems here where you have seen even in 2012, you guys remember what happened in 2008 to 2012, home prices went down. But again, look at the overall trend. The overall trend is on the upside. In green here represents the CPI adjusted price, where blue is the medium home price. So the first and biggest mistake that I've seen is people freaking out when things going down, not realizing that historical long-term things go on the way up. But what else is the big one? Timing the tops and the bottoms. And we know we've all made this mistake. And on to the next one, which is timing the tops and bottoms. And I've got the really gruesome action that we've dealt with since mid-December up until mid-January. And what you can see, though, is that the tops and bottoms don't last long. Look at this. This is the Stellar top. 2 different days. Yes, that's right. 2 different days over the last couple years. A Stellar was breaking on through that 75 cent mark, but look what happened. It only lasted 1 day. So if you try to time the top, boom, look how quickly you're going to miss out. And the same thing happens with trying to time the bottom. Look at these candlesticks right here. They are 1-day movements, everyone, and then boom, the things just move back on the other direction. And now let's move on over to the chart of XRP, because it tells us the same story. If you see here, if you try to time the top, you will miss out, because look at this. This big candlestick here was followed by then a massive decline to the downside. And if we go to earlier history with XRP, same thing. What did we have here? We had 4 days of super high price action, and then look how quickly the market corrected. In fact, this tall candlestick right here was 4/13 of 2021, with right here at 4/22 it retreating quite heavily. And again, look at this. If you wanted to try the bottom here, nope, isn't going to happen. It only lasted 1 day, and not even a full day, just hours within that day. And look at the move right here, same thing. The important thing is try to buy through on averages, and no, it's not financial advice. It's just looking at historical charts and showing you the obvious out there. So don't try to time the tops and bottoms. Instead, try to average your way on down to make things more sustainable and digestible. And the third biggest mistake I see from XLM and XRP holders is to believe that they have rights of ownerships. No, this is not like being a shareholder of a company. We're going to go over shareholder rights, and then we're going to tie them into XRP and XLM specifically. What are the shareholder rights? Appointment of directors, legal action against directors, appointment of company auditors, right to vote. Now remember, this only applies to XRP and XLM. Other cryptos out there have some of these. Be very careful out there. Some of the projects that you're into have some of these rights. The right to transfer ownership, entitlement to dividends, right to call for a general meeting, right to inspect registers and books, right to ask for the copies of financial statements, and winding up of the company. Yep, that's right. You don't have any of these when it comes to XRP or XLM. For instance, the right to ask for copies of financial statements. We have no idea what's going on in the books of XRP and XLM because they're not the books of a company. That's a token of a company. So again, it's very different ownership-wise of XRP, XLM versus stocks. And a lot of times in the comments listed down below, I'm seeing people saying, oh, I can't wait for this stock to rally, or what about this, and it all ties in with stocks. No, crypto is very, very different, specifically XRP and XLM. You do not, I repeat, you do not have any of these rights. In fact, what is a share of a company, right? It's a fractional ownership of a company. By owning XRP and XLM, you don't own any part of Ripple Labs or Stellar Development Foundation. So that is what I think is the biggest misconception, the biggest mistake that people out there that own XRP and XLM make. They think they own something. They think they're owners just like they are as if they were to purchase stocks. A lot of people got into the crypto market in the bull run action of early 2021 and were let down by the extended crypto winter that we had been facing over the last 9 months. Now, the issue here is that, yes, people assumed, hey, is it just going to keep going up? Is it going to keep moonshotting? Everything has corrections, and that's a healthy part of the market. Think of the Dow Jones action that I showed you. Think of home prices. Any of us that had trouble with homes in 2008, we were like, yo, are we ever going to be able to get our money back in our homes with how much it's declining? Yes, of course we are, because guess what? The Rona created a housing price boom where it negated all of that negative action from that price correction of the 2008 housing downfall. What about the idea of assuming you have rights like stocks? You cannot do that because they are not the same. You do not own any part of Ripple Labs or Stellar Development Foundation. Owning of XRP and XLM is completely different than that of owning stocks. Now, there are some cryptos out there where you do get voting rights, dividends, and so forth, but be very careful because under the eyes of Gary Gensler and the SEC, those would be considered securities, and I guarantee you that they're not registered. And timing the top and the bottom, how many times can we say it? Don't try to time the top. Don't try to time the bottom. You will always miss out and be kicking yourselves in the butt. Instead, do the strategy that fits you best based on your research out there. If it makes more sense for you to put $50 in a week and just average out that way, hey, that's what we do with our 401ks. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you feel like you can time the top and bottom, oh, you're going to be wrong, because the crypto market, more so than the stock market, is even more volatile and reacts just like that. Where stocks, you've seen it, those swings take a little bit more time to start moving on the way up as well as the way down. Where the crypto market, in the drop of a dime, hey, ask what happened to all of us when FTX crashed. You can lose just like that. Now, like I said in the beginning, let me know if you've made any of these mistakes or assumptions, and let me know if there's any of them that I missed in the comments down below. I wanted to thank you for the various levels of support for this channel, as it means a lot to me. As like I said, I've done this space now for the last couple of years and done well over 1,000 videos, with most of them highlighting XRP and XLM. I'll leave you with this gem right here, and until more news breaks, you cool cats, have a great rest of your day.